Hey everybody, thanks for checking it out today. So, I had some really great feedback on a previous video that I posted where someone asked for more of a detailed explanation with an example of a flat stat versus a substat. So, in this video, I'm going to put artifacts on a hero and show you how a percent stat can increase whereas a flat cannot. So, I hope that you enjoy. As always, leave comments, questions, anything. I really appreciate your feedback, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks. Okay, the hero that we're going to work with today is Lathai. I think that he could be a really awesome rare hero for me. I need a rare hitter in green, so he's going to be one that I'm going to work with just to kind of see how he's going. And I'll explain why I chose him specifically as someone that I want to work with. I haven't leveled him in the past, so I'm kind of excited to see what I can get out of him. So we're going to talk about his base stats and what we have going on down here at the bottom. And you can see through these right here where it shows the blank spots for the artifacts. I don't have anything on him yet. We're going to put artifacts on him, and then I'm going to show you through the gloves specifically. I already have a flat stat glove waiting to be put on. And then I'm going to show you a percent. I do have a percent glove that I had removed from a different hero that I'm going to put on him after I show you the flat stat. I had a little bit of extra time, and I think it was a great idea that somebody said in YouTube. I could not pronounce their name, so shout out to you. You know who you are. Very sorry. I do not want to butcher what your name is. All right, so down in his base stats, I went ahead. If you click on it down here, it'll take away those extra percentages on the side and add it up for you. Now, the white is what he's going to start with if you had nothing in your cabinet. And the additional green, the numbers that are next to that, that is what is increased from what I have in my cabinet right now. So he starts at, health point, he starts at 2793. I have 140 additional already in there from the cabinet. So I'm just going to click on this so you can see where he is now with my cabinet stuff. I have attack 319. Defense 287, speed 224, resistance is 25%, accuracy is 10%, crit rate is 15%, critical damage is 65%, and his mana gain is 20. Now, as far as the crit rate, usually the only thing that we can really find in that are gloves, but I'm going to put an attack glove on him, and I'll show you why. So if you come down to his special, he has backstab, which deals damage to a single enemy, 296% attack. He ignores 20% defense. So basically, whatever opponent he's going to go hit, he removes, well, not really removes, but he just pretends that 20% defense isn't there and then attacks on top of that. And then I am pretty excited to get him going, especially to level up his special, because he can deal up to 376% damage, or attack, and then ignores 20% defense. And then his passive ability is Dexterity. His speed is increased by 5%, which is really nice. Deals an additional 20% damage to targets below 20% health. So that can be a brutal killing blow right there. All right. So we're going to start, and we're going to put a whole set on him, and then I'm going to show you a flat stat and then a percent stat. Actually, I might be able to find a percent stat that I haven't leveled up yet so that we can kind of look at the difference. Because I'm not going to max a flat stat. That seems silly to me to even try that. So let's go to equipment, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on a boot. And this is the way I personally like to do it. I'm going to put on a boot, and then I'm going to put on a chest piece. I'm going to go ahead and go back, and I'm going to do the weapon, the helmet, and the shield, but then I'm going to come back at the very end of putting on artifacts onto his glove so that you can see how that does change. So first thing we're going to do is a boot, and I want a speed boot on him, I think, because his speed is already increased, so I'm going to try to make him really fast. Speed is the only flat stat that I would ever recommend, and it only comes in boots. So if you want speed on your hero, you have to, if you want it as a main stat, the boot is the only way to do it. So I came over to where I could filter through, and it doesn't want to scroll sometimes, so I selected the boot over here. And then I scroll down, see what I'm talking about. It just kind of freezes sometimes. Come on. There we go. And then I chose speed as the stat that I want. So we're going to save. Now this brings up all the different speed boots that I have in my inventory. And for him, I'm really wanting to go really high on attack. So, but I also want some crit damage in there because who doesn't want crit damage? So I'm going to look at, let's see, I'm going to look at these Crusher boots. Those substats are gross. So if you come down to the bottom, there's a speed 6, but then both the defense and the health point substats are flat. And I don't think I'll ever use these because of that. I don't like flat stats for anything unless it is speed. And then there's a couple, your weapon, your shield, and your helmet all are going to have a flat stat no matter what. I'll go over that in a different video as well. But as far as substats, I unless it's speed, I don't like to use anything that's a flat stat. Now, as you first get going, you aren't going to be able to be quite as picky on things like this. But this is what to look for as you start going through rifts and you start getting better pieces of artifacts, what to keep and what to sell. So because I want to go, let's see, we'll do this Crusher. Ooh, I like the crit rate on this. So this has a speed of 31, and then the attack is 36, which is kind of meh. But there's a crit rate, which is upgraded to two times to 15%, and that has some crit damage. Accuracy I don't really need for him, but it's there, and it is what it is. So I'm actually going to equip these. I really like these boots, so I'm going to equip. Now, let's go to a chest piece. I like to filter out what I'm looking for because it makes it a lot easier for me to kind of not be quite so overwhelmed with all of the artifacts that are in my storage. So I use this filtering tool a lot. So we're going to do a chest, and again, I'm going to say it for the 712th time, stats over sets. So I'm going to do an attack percent chest piece, and I'm going to save that. So these are all of the chest pieces that I have that are attack percent, and I'm just going to kind of go through and look at what I have. I'm going to check out this Crusher one down here. Ooh, it has crit damage and speed. Let's upgrade this guy. Let's see what's going on. Now you'll notice I'm upgrading before I equip because sometimes the substats don't go the direction I want, and it has saved me a lot of gold in the long run to upgrade before I equip. So if I don't like where that's going, I can then move to a different piece because unless it's free removal day, it's pretty costly to try to remove artifacts. So let's see what goes on. Come on, damage. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a speed in there too. Come on. No, crit damage. Still happy about it. All right, so because this is a rare, you only get those two substats right when you're first starting. It'll go to 9. You unlock a new substat. So let's see. We've got accuracy. Again, not really necessary, but I do like that critical damage. And I'm going up to 12. 12 is where I do my baseline so that I kind of know where it's going to go. Because after 12, the only thing that's going to go up is your main stat, which is what you see this leveling up here. So resistance, I'm never mad about resistance. So I think I do like this piece. I'm going to see if I can find one with a crit rate. Critical damage. That has health point and accuracy. Yes, I'm talking to myself. Alright, so I'm not really seeing anything that I think I'm going to like better. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this Crusher piece on here, which does give me 2 in a set, so hopefully I can find some other pieces. I'm going to go ahead and skip over to this shield, and I am going to clear what I have here, and then I'm going to come up and I'm just going to look in the Crusher set just so I can see if I can find maybe a weapon or a shield. I'm going to need 2 more pieces, or a helmet with the stats that I want. Let's start with a weapon. Alright, so I'm going to come to this one that I already have leveled. This one has some really nice crit damage, but I am wanting to, at this point, try to find some crit rate, because I don't really have a whole lot going on over there. So Let's see. No crit rate. No crit rate. No crit rate. Come on, there's got to be something in here. No, it appears that that is a negative. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put this this first piece that I have, because I do like that 15% critical rate. Or, I'm sorry, crit damage. And I didn't see attack as a substat on any. Oh nope, here we go. But that has accuracy. And this is what I do when I. All right, I'm gonna go with this one actually, because it has 9% attack, and since his damage is based on attack, I'm going to put that on there, and then I still get that critical damage. And a little bit of speed, too, which never hurt anybody. Actually, we'll come back to that. Okay, so let's look at helmets. So I'm going to look at the ones that I already had started leveling, like this one right here. I like the speed, but I'm not really sold on the other substats. Defense. I guess I could have done this not in the video, but I also want you guys to see sort of how my brain works. Okay, so we have crit rate as a substat. I'm going to start upgrading this one and hope that it just kind of doesn't hit that accuracy, but we'll see. All right, nice. Do it again. Let's go. Ooh. All right, so I didn't really like where that one said it already. Alright, so that has speed and critical damage. Alright, here's one that has speed and health point. The attack is 17, which is kind of lame, but whatever. And then this one has crit rate as well, because I really want to get his crit rate up. It's only at 30% right now. Ooh, yes. Okay. Come on, come on. Speed is nice, thank you. Alright, I like where this one is going so far. Because this is a legendary, we are going to increase a substat on 3, 6, 9, and 12 of upgrades. So right now I'm taking it up to 9 to see where it goes. Speed again, I like it. And I'm hoping that it does the crit rate again. We'll see at 12. The attack went up a little bit. Not terrible. But I think this is the one I'm going to put on him. Okay, so then I'm going to go back to, or I'm going to move to shield. Let's see. All right, so again, I'm looking for crit rate, and that one you can already see it, because I can look down here where it says accuracy and then has 2 in a bracket. I already know that that crit rate isn't going to increase, so I'm going to move to another one. Nope. Ooh, okay. All right, here's one with crit rate. I'm not really a huge fan of the defense and the health point, but I'm specifically trying to get his crit rate up. Ooh, all right, defense went up. Come on, crit rate. All right, so I'm definitely not going to use that because it did defense for 2 of them. All right, here we have, again, pointless accuracy, but we'll see if the crit rate can go up on this guy. Nope. And nope, definitely not using that one. I'm actually just going to sell it because I don't want that. All right, so let's come back up to weapons. All right, so I'm gonna do this one because the critical damage does go up by 15%. Unless, did I have another one? Was this the one where I had an attack? Yeah, this one. No. Yeah, here we go. All right, so this one has attack and critical damage, so I'm gonna equip that just because I like it. Weapons are kind of weird as far as what they do. Now, as we level him up, of course, his stats, or like his base stats, will go up. So that's not going to be a super huge deal. So since I already have the weapon, the helmet, and the chest piece and the boots all in that crusher set, I don't really need to put anything else on him. And especially since I didn't have a shield that I liked. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to filter. We are going to go to shield. And then I'm going to come down where it says substat 1 and substat 2. So I'm going to see if anywhere in my collection I have one with an attack percent substat and a crit rate substat. And I'm going to save, and I don't. So I'm going to take away the attack percent because I really would like to get a crit rate on something. Okay, all right. So these are all of the shields that I have that have a crit rate substat. Let's see if we have one with a crit rate and crit damage. All right, here we go. So let's start at this first one. So we've got crit rate, crit damage, and health points, and speed. That one's not bad. I would like attack if I could get it, but I can't. So, all right. So this one, it does have speed and the critical damage that are increased. Crit rate is only 7%. I was hoping for something a little bit more than that. This one is not gonna work for me. All right. So here's an unleveled one. It has critical damage and crit rate. So we're gonna hope that it just lands on that crit rate. And again, it's a legendary piece, so it's going to increase a substat 3, level 6, and level 9, and level 12. So we had critical damage go up. Let's see, critical damage went up again, which is really nice. But if I can't get the crit rate higher, then it's just not going to be something that I would like. Come on. Level up to 9. Resistance. Let's see if I can get a crit rate in here. My goodness, why is this taking forever? So it went, that's a lot of critical damage. I might have to go with that. But let me see. We have some other ones over here. I'm going to look. Let's see. All right, let's see what this one does, because it does have speed as well, and I do like that. All right, critical damage. Defense. I mean, defense never hurts anybody. Okay, come on, crit rate. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get that last one to land on the crit rate as well. I like, at least we have something. It's taking forever. Alright, so speed went up too. I kind of like this one because it has the speed that went up, the critical rate, and the crit damage went up. So, alright, so we have 10% crit rate on this one, 10% on that one, nothing, 7. Alright, so this one has a crit rate of 12%, and the damage is also higher. And I'm not mad about the speed or the health point, so I'm going to put this one on because that crit rate percentage is higher. It still doesn't put him at a whole lot. I would like to eventually get that higher. It's at 53%. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the flat gloves, and then I'm going to show you a percent glove. Now I already know that, let's see, the flat gloves I think are, let's find it. It was in here. All right, so when I say flat stat, I mean like this down here. So this shows that the attack is 25. And the substats are really nice, except for the accuracy. I'm not a huge fan of that. But if you look over here, this is going to show you when things go up or down comparatively. So this is going to show you that it's literally only going to increase by 25. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to upgrade it to a 3, just so you can see that change over here. Because this is going to say attack, and then the maximum this is ever going to go is 225. So 225 is the most that we're ever going to get out of this. All right, so we're going to take it up to a 3, just so you can see how that does increase. So it went up to 58. Crit rate went up, which is kind of nice. But it's not going to have what I want. So if you come over here, again, it's going to show you that it did go up 58. So we're going to keep that number in mind, that 58. So now I'm going to equip this, just because I want to show you what happens. I'm going to throw just an experienced dummy on him so you can see that that number is not going to change. Come back, blue. All right. So we're going to take him up to level 8. I'm going to apply it. All right. Now let's come back into equipment. All right. So this is going to be kind of hard. All right. Let's come back into the gloves. Now you see where this says attack 58? That's still going to be a 58. There's no way that that goes up. So it's kind of hard to show you a difference of this, but because it's a percentage and it only is based on, you know, the hero's base stats, then you're going to have a 58 forever. So I'm going to find a different glove, and I'm going to put it on him. So we're going to look at this number, this total number over here. So right now, his entire attack with everything on it, so you've got his base stats, all of his artifacts are 502, and what I have in the cabinet, that number is 885. So I'm going to show you how that changes with a percentage, even if I probably don't even level it up. So let's find some gloves that are a percentage. Okay, percent of attack. All right, we're going to save that. I found this particular pair that I really like because it has that crit rate at 17%. So I'm going to put this on him. Now you'll notice that it's going to take him up a lot because that attack is already at 62%. But I'm going to level him again and then show you the difference in how much it increases with what he does. So we're going to equip those because I love it. Yes, I'm going to pay the money for the video. All right. So now his attack, it did increase substantially just because that was already a maxed piece, but you're going to watch how, because of the what I have on him, the artifacts are going to increase his numbers. So I'm just going to throw a dummy on him again, take him up to 11. So his base attack is going to go up. So over here we have 372, and then because I have percents on him, it's going to add that. So his total stats now for attack went up to 1093 because of the fact that the artifacts are moving up. So right now you see the artifacts are at 684. I'm going to level him up again. And I'm going to come back, go back to this. Now his artifacts are at 710. So if those were flat stats, they would never change. It would just be a base number throughout all of his leveling. But because we have artifacts on him that are a percentage, this right here where you see his artifact number, that will continue to increase based on his original stat. So that is why you want a percent stat when you can get it. And again, a flat stat on boots is excellent. It's also the only flat stat in boots, or it's the only way you can get speed as a main stat is through those boots. But always try to go for a percent if you can. I know when you first start going through artifacts and you're putting things on heroes, and when you're first starting, your selection is not going to be as high as what I have. I wish that I had started making them from the start so that way everybody could kind of see how I went through and grew, which I'm going to go over stuff, but it's a little different looking at what I have available versus what you might have available. But again, because those are percent stats, that means that if it's, a plus 50% attack, it's going to increase the base stat up 50%, whereas something that's just a flat, 40 is just going to stay at 40. It won't ever increase. So I hope that this kind of made more sense as to why you wanted to have a percent stat over a flat stat. As always, feel free to leave comments, ask questions. I really appreciate you guys. I saw that I was up to 40 subscribers, and I know that's kind of silly to be proud of 40 subscribers, but that's kind of crazy to me. So I'm really excited. I'm glad that I'm getting some good feedback from you guys on different things that we're learning. So there is still the Lila_winter code is going to work until December 31st. So keep using that code, guys. I'm going to put it in the comment section so that you can see it, but it is still available and will expire on December 31st of this year. So get out there, use that code some more, and thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.